amazing you can watch a football game 30,000 feet in the air live.
Oh,
It's incredible.
It probably is.
It's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
I think we our podcast has started. Aaron.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
How are you?
This is like this is probably one of the most unprofessional
Hectic.
I would love to see like people who call themselves professional podcasts like look at our podcast and be like, hey,
I have a feeling that
those dogs can hunt.
part of that is those dogs can't chew though.
They can't though. That's the thing. Like we get the food, but we just don't know what to do with it once we get it.
Yeah, we missed out on that instinct at birth. I feel like the reason a professional podcaster to me is one of the funniest things that anybody could ever call themselves.
Right. Oh, I think so too.
It's almost it's kind of like when comedians call themselves philosophers.
What comedians calls
Jerk
themselves?
off, fucking a bunch of just idiots.
That makes sense.
Bunch of Christ, the people who studied philosophy at community college like I did. And,
Is that what you studied? Is that what you studied?
I wasn't like it was general studies,
right?
Or whatever. I don't know, gen ed. But I just took a bunch of philosophy classes because I thought it was neat.
Yeah.
Took a bunch of philosophy and history classes, and that was what I was doing.
No.
I was going to be a history teacher and a baseball coach.
So that was the idea.
I think so. Yeah, it was very loose though.
It was a very loose idea. It wasn't.
Well, like for gen eds, you had to get all the other classes. I took one day of a math class, and I didn't. I had the book, and they were like, "So you'll have a disc in the back of your book." I didn't have the disc because it was a used book, so I just left. I'm just like, "Oh, cool."
Well, I guess this wasn't in the cards then. I guess
and
this
I dropped the class and got my money back. I still owe Kevin a lot of money for those classes. He paid for them.
That's so funny. It's like that one of our friends is the one who paid for your.
Oh yeah, I lost
your
my
college
scholarship.
Experience.
The second semester he paid for. I lost my scholarship the first semester
because you didn't do shit.
Well,
with A plus,
was
that your A plus thing?
I had a 2.4.
Do they still have that?
I'm sure. I don't see why they wouldn't. Well, I kind of see why they wouldn't.
People like us.
It's a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal.
And I wasn't like worth a shit in high school. Like I had my GPA was just above 3. And I just didn't miss any days of school and play one sport and then academic bowl. That was it. Yeah,
because what was the requirements is that you had to not miss, like you can only miss like 4 days of school. You have to have a GPS like higher than like 2.5.
I think it had to be above 3.
Because I got A plus. I got the A plus program too. But like mine, I had like a 3.1 in high school.
It's like the easiest thing to get.
Yeah, and then
it was like, please just go to college. Any of them. Well, not any of them. Go to a community college.
Because you got community college was paid for, but then they paid for like 1/4 if you went to like a state school or something like that. Yeah. It was a great deal. I didn't ever use it because I went out of state.
Yeah, I feel like you had to do like some kind of community service or something, or you had.
That's
to
what
have
it was.
Job.
Yeah, there was something. Yeah, I think it was community service. It was community service because that's what it was because I remember I did. I was supposed to do field work on the football field, but all I did was just go down there, report on a Saturday, and he's like, "It's raining. Yeah. I'll just write you down. You're good. Don't get the fuck out of here, John."
I was thinking
benefits of being a good athlete in high school.
I couldn't remember like me doing any of that, but I think maybe it was when Special Olympics.
Yeah, but you're
Snow
Aaron.
Creek.
You're Aaron Naylor. You get away with. You can like you have like this little charm that people would be like, oh, they just assume that you'd have done it. They would assume that.
I never lied about it. I don't think, even though like thinking back on it, I probably would have lied.
Yeah,
I would have just said like, yeah, I picked trash up, but what? Fuck you, just be in the Maple Woods.
Right.
But yeah, it was. I fucked that up pretty quick, and then Kevin paid for like $1,400 of my shit. Let's watch a video.
All right, I guess what we should go ahead and start. We should do our. This is like a soft opening.
This is
but
we're both hard, baby.
Yeah, but I'm
whoopsie.
Shit, dude, I've been sitting here rubbing. I don't know about you.
It's not going away.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the more I recede. this cock's coming out of my butt, buddy.
What up? So I guess
I lost my mind. What?
We should. I guess like we should probably do a hard open now.
Sure.
Okay. I love I have an idea of what I want to do as a structure, but Aaron just is like, I'm like, hey, do you have anything you want to talk about? He's like, I just think we should go with the wind. I'm like, all right, let's do that. We're all right.
That's a funny gag.
All right, so Aaron, lately I've been.
Doesn't work.
So lately, like when you and I communicate through text.
Yep.
To set up times, set up a time to do the podcast and do your other podcast, which by the way, if you guys haven't checked out yet, what's it called?
Check out the Cool Baby Podcast.
It's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes now. We did it. We're going to do it with this one too.
Yeah, it's going to probably be on iTunes. I know you guys were waiting like, well, is this one going to be on iTunes too? It will be.
If you don't watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube, mute it on YouTube, but sync it up, sync the audio with the time on the YouTube. And listen to it on iTunes, so then you can get our glances from each other that we give to each other.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
It's amazing.
It's a friendship match made in heaven.
It is. So I guess we should probably
heaven.
Well, anyway, so whenever we communicate, there's always a point where like we get everything set up. We're like, we know what we're going to do. And I'm always like, piss on me, beat me, right, Aaron?
Yep. Every time.
And Aaron's always like, yeah, like piss on me, beat me. He's like, but you have no idea what that's from or why I say that. No idea.
I just thought it was something funny.
Okay. Well, it is something funny.
It is something funny.
But
John's just unoriginal.
Correct. Memes. Why do you think I post so many? Like my morning thing I love to do when I'm taking a pee is looking at my phone.
How long are you peeing for?
Well, I stand there. I'll stand there after I get done peeing.
Just like hang hog.
Well, like
just standing there, like dropping snake.
Yeah. Well, you have to make sure the whole thing's drained.
Letting the trunk drink. Yeah, I get it.
What, you guys don't do that?
A watering hole.
No one else does that?
The only people I give memes to is Kevin and I have been doing this thing. Kevin's a friend of the show and a friend in life, where he and I have been just sending each other memes on Facebook for years. And we don't talk. It's just, and then if it's a good one, we're like, haha. That's it. It's a perfect
friendship.
Yeah. And then every now and then him or I will be like, hey, let's hang out.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I love when you and I lived together, like he would just randomly disappear. Like he would already be in our apartment. I would come. I'm like,
he'd crawl through my window.
Yeah, it was the best thing in the world.
Scary.
Like, yeah. Like, Kevin, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Thank God I was celibate back then.
Like, thank God we didn't care. Like, I was so baked during that time in my life where I did not give.
That's true.
Jeez.
King of the Hill soundtrack.
It really was.
Bumping all night. Let's watch it.
Yeah, let's watch this.
You want to come, move in? Your friend can move with you too, man. Free rent, you get a lease and a key. Fuck me. Piss on me, beat me. I'm home there now. You see me? You want to come over today and try it out, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, this is the Aaron Show with your hosts, Aaron and John Mouse.
It only took 7 minutes for us to do our intro song. We did good. Good job. That's a new record. That's like the fastest we've ever been able to do it.
I feel like the looser the podcast, the more fun for us, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
I don't know about the viewers. I think it's fun to watch too.
I think it's fun too. And by the way,
you can't structures like for news shows, right?
Yeah, and if you're by yourself, if you do a podcast by yourself, that makes more sense to be structured because you should. Because
you tend to have the general idea of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody to bounce it off of unless you're fucking really good at that shit. And
that takes a long time. I feel like it takes like a long time to learn.
It takes a lot of time doing stuff like this to get good at talking to yourself and just like imagining somebody else is here.
Right. But Aaron, like, what was your thoughts on that video?
Was that so that looked like what's his name? You remember the band Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
Yes.
It looked like Crosby.
Okay.
You know Crosby?
Mm-hmm.
Look him up. He looks. Crosby. I can't remember his first fucking name, but he is Melissa Etheridge's baby's father.
Yeah, he looks like a walrus.
Yeah, he does. He's a walrus man. Walrus. But yeah, he's got an awful lot going on with his face, and he's kind of hairy. He's an older fella now, but this did look like an old sex video that he would have made back in the day. Obviously, there weren't handhelds that would have caught him at that age talking about getting peed on.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But a man can dream.
Yeah. So have you ever gotten peed on?
I've not, no.
Have you ever peed on someone?
In the shower, yeah.
Okay, but that wasn't like sexually related. It was just because you're just peeing in the shower.
No, you pee in the shower.
So you would would you ever, if like your girlfriend, you have a girlfriend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are still together. Actually, how was your guys'?
I was just there.
Yeah, how was that? Great.
It was fun.
It was awesome.
She put a show on in her backyard. It was pretty great.
And then was there other comedians there too?
Yeah, there was a few, like, she lives in Knoxville, so it was mostly like Tennessee comics, and then one Nashville, which is still Tennessee, and then me.
Nice.
So it was great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I fell getting on because the stage was a trailer.
Okay.
Like a lawnmower trailer, like a hall, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cold and kind of damp. You know, like when it gets cold, it's like 60 degrees. It's pretty cold. And the shoes I had on at the time were Vans, and I don't know if you've been in Vans when it's a little rainy or something, trying to walk up a metal grate. It doesn't work very well, and then you just fall flat on your fucking face before you're about to headline a show at your girlfriend's house.
But was she there? And did she run up there and help you?
She did. So I had a beer in my hand, and it was almost out, and a little bit of it spilled.
Mm-hmm.
And then she brought me another beer when I got my footing, which was really nice. Thank you, Rowan. But then I made a thing out of it.
Is she a fan of the show?
She's watched the first few, like most girlfriends with anybody.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts, honestly.
It really is. Thank you for just clicking.
Christ,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But she quickly ran a PBR up to me.
Nice.
And put it down on
That's
the
a woman
floor.
you marry.
I know. But then I was like, I really appreciate you doing this, but I had a jean jacket on and I had a pocket, and I planned on doing this later in the show, but I ruined everything, so I had to do it then. And I was like, but actually I've got this. And I just pulled out like another beer, and I was like, like that was the best I did all night. I did like 34 more minutes. It never got better than me whipping out a can of PBR out of my fucking jacket.
Isn't that great?
It's the way it goes.
Talking for 30 minutes straight.
The way
and you're
goes.
like, yeah.
That wasn't the best thing. It was good, but I did get a video of myself because I record my sets on the camera, like the video recorder, to keep the time. And I was holding it when I was walking up there, and I got myself falling down. Pretty great stuff. Maybe I'll upload it. At some point.
Should upload that.
I think it's pretty cool.
Or you should give it to me so I can upload it to the end of this video. So if you watch to the very end of the,
cut it because it's a 35-minute video.
Okay, yeah.
I did a hot 35. Sorry, I just ate the mic. I did a hot 35. Hot.
For the people who don't know, comment what is a hot 35?
It means you do a pretty all right 35-minute set in the midst of a pandemic. But that's what I did, and it was pretty great. And then her dog was cool. Got to hang out with her dog a lot, Pigeon.
Dog's name's Pigeon.
Dog named Pig, old pig boy.
Okay.
He's got a huge hog on him. That's why we call him Pig. The cock on that dog is fucking irrational. Let me tell you.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a mix of, we believe, Italian Greyhound. So he's a little guy. He's not small, but he's small. And pit bull.
That's too weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird mix
combo. So he's this beautiful like blue gray fur, and then like legs like a baby giraffe. You know, he's just fucking all over the place, but he looks great doing it. But yeah, he's a hell of a puppy. Had a good time.
Nice.
She's coming here in the end of October.
She gonna be on the podcast?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well,
she'll be on both of them. Yeah.
Nice.
Be cool.
Oh, she'll be on Cool Baby, and she'll be on
the
A&J show.
That's right.
This is where we come to, Aaron.
There's a gas leak in here. That's what everybody thinks it's haunted.
No, I know.
Like, no.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever do the arm fart?
I could never do the arm fart, but I could always. Not always, but when I jerked off enough to get a strong grip,
jerk off hands
pretty easily. And like you've heard me clap before. Mm-hmm. I have a hellacious clap.
Yeah,
and not even trying. Like,
wow.
See, I don't cup it. I could curve both hands.
Okay.
Like a banana and do that. If I want to be a quiet clapper but still be like physically like, I appreciate it, I'll do that. But like my golf clap is
solid.
Awfully hard. Awfully loud. It's crazy. I am a very skilled person in things that will never matter.
Right. Okay. What else would you say that
I can whistle pretty well. I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, please don't whistle on the mic.
Whistle pretty well. Words backwards, spin basketball on my finger.
Basketball.
Throw a football 60 yards still.
So I'm seeing you're wearing a Royals jersey. Are you following? Baby. How are they doing this year? It's that bad, huh?
It sucks because it's only a 60-game season, and there's been like spurts of really cool shit going on with them, and then it's just all the way back down. Like right now, they're losing 5-0 to the Cardinals.
Jeez. How is I have since football came back, I have not paid attention to anything else.
I mean, I need baseball. I've realized this.
Yes.
Like, even when it wasn't around, when it was like delayed for so long, I was fine.
Right.
Because I didn't like it just felt like the off season still. But like now that it's back and it's so short, there's 102 games that they're not playing. That's the most of any season that's been shortened, as far as I know. I think that's the least games they've played, which sucks. But it's still pretty cool that they get to do it.
Right.
I'm happy about that for sure. But yeah, the Royals are disappointing. Not very good. But there are some. There's a couple relief pitchers that are throwing like 101 miles an hour. They're pretty good.
Nice.
Just some good beasts. We got a bunch of young people coming up who might end up being decent. So it's gonna. There's something there soon.
You'll find a way. When there's a will, there's a way, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch the Chiefs game?
Yes, I did.
I did not.
Yes.
I watched the first one. I didn't watch this. They played the Chargers.
The Chargers. Yeah.
Paris Chargers.
Yeah. They playing like dog shit most of the game. Went in overtime. They won in overtime.
Yeah,
So.
that was the first. I think that was one of the first times they didn't score over 26 with Mahomes.
Yeah,
that was like a record.
He played most of the game with his head up his asshole. But for Patrick Mahomes, like now since you won a championship for Kansas City and you did all that great stuff,
25.
like yeah,
This is gonna like
it's crazy.
I don't know. I hope he doesn't end up doing like what Marino did when he like got into the Super Bowl in his first or second year and then never
did anything after
got
that.
back into it again.
But like, who cares? Because he went to a good. Yeah,
Marino didn't win.
Yeah,
it.
Marino didn't win it. He won his rookie year, right? It was his rookie year.
So.
Yeah, it was his rookie year.
Yeah, and they lost by a field goal or whatever.
And then he never.
We've all seen Ace Ventura.
That's true.
Pet Detective.
That was a great movie.
Ace Ventura.
I saw a really weird documentary this
what?
past weekend. It's called My Octopus Teacher.
Okay, so my girlfriend was talking about this too.
Fucking
We've been talking about
weird.
octopi for
fucking weird documentary.
Because she had mentioned that. So in the documentary, spoiler alert, skip ahead to wherever the fuck this is. A couple minutes probably. We have short attention spans.
Yeah,
octopi. So what I had heard before is that octopi they'll protect their young, right, until they die. Right?
Makes sense.
A lot of animals that do that because it gives the young, like their babies something to eat when they're born.
Oh.
I don't know if the octopi do it until after they're born or whatever. So I might just be talking out of my ass, but it seems right to me. But in the documentary, that octopus dies.
I don't know. I didn't get that. I stopped watching after like 26 minutes.
I didn't watch it either, but she said it died.
Okay.
So
well, it died.
Her.
Okay, it died.
Protecting its young.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know who wants to eat octopus.
So it died because it got eaten by a shark, I'm assuming?
No, they just die. Because they're spending so much time like taking care of their babies. Like they're protect, they're on guard. Like I don't even know if they eat.
Okay, so then like by the point that it's like, okay, now it dies. Now like these babies are big enough. I
think
so, that they can
and
move
I
on.
think it makes like evolutionarily it makes sense. Maybe not evolutionarily, but like survival of the fittest kind of thing. It makes sense because like they're not gonna do anything on their own when they're so tiny. So they'll get big when they eat their mom.
Okay.
Cannibalization is like a thing in nature.
Oh yeah, big thing. I know that, and
people really fucking talk it down when a person eats another person.
I know it's really not that big of a deal.
Let them do. It's fine.
It's like sometimes things happen, and you're in a squeeze.
Tell somebody who's hungry not to eat.
Yeah. Remember, do you get hangry?
No.
Really?
No, I haven't.
It's actually, I'm not surprised by that.
No.
Knowing you, Aaron.
No, I don't. I've always got food at the ready. You don't want to see these pockets. Let me tell you, full of ketchup. So,
it's true.
Yeah, just let people eat.
Yeah, so if they want to eat other
want.
people, then let them eat other people.
Do it. Gives a shit.
Yeah.
Probably
If anything, there's too many of us anyway.
Absolutely.
And so it's not hurting anything.
That's what I call portion control.
Mm-hmm.
Try it out.
Okay, I think. Oh, Dayton's here. You want to go get him?
You want me to go get him?
Yeah,
okay.
if you want to. John, I'm going to do a play-by-play of what I think you're going to be doing. So John is going to go let our friend Dayton Bissett in. Dayton is a young stand-up comedian in Kansas City. He's also the co-host of the Cool Baby podcast. And since we started late, he had to take his girlfriend out for a date to make up for all the times that he skipped out on hanging out with her to do a stupid podcast. Love your loved ones, people, please. Don't give up. And if they do, if somebody dies in front, like if you're a baby and say somebody dies in front of you, eat them. Feel free. What else? There's nothing that you can't do anything else. Eat them. It went pretty well, I think.
So there's a chair. Dayton, there's a chair over there. The dildos are on the table, and the cocaine is on the other table.
Well, the cocaine's in the dildos.
Yeah,
so you're gonna have to. It's kind of like a Tootsie Pop.
So, but the deeper you go, the more cocaine you get. It's crazy because it opens your throat up and stuff.
It's a Mary Poppins cocaine bag. Never ending. How was your trip?
It was good.
Cool.
We said hi. We kissed.
All right. On the mask.
Yeah, I kissed his little.
Kiss on the mask.
Yeah.
Man.
And now we're back.
Now we're back. So I feel like you found the transcript from episode 2.
From episode 2 of my solo podcast, which you go check out.
Oh, this is your solo podcast?
This is my solo podcast.
Okay, great. Yeah, check out the John Show. Probably the first time anyone's ever come up with that name.
I know. Well, no, surprisingly, I looked on like iTunes and all that stuff.
Nothing?
John Show. It's for being so generic.
Because so many people fucking got mad at John Leguizamo.
Really?
He was like, "Hey, Klauser's got this show, fucker." and John was like, "Yeah, all right. I used to bang Jennifer Lopez, but let's let this fucking goon do whatever he wants on YouTube. Can't even figure out how to put anything on iTunes."
What's so funny? Aaron figured it out before I did.
It took 10 minutes. That's that. And I'm rounding up pretty high.
I'm sure it's not
this
that hard.
This podcast is so funny because like we're talking. It's such a weird. We're pretty meta. You really have to be in the Johnosphere, the John universe, the JCU, John Cinematic Universe, to get all of this hot meta action. So with that, we're going to give you a reason not to watch episode 2 of The John Show. So the first bulletin on here, thank you. The first one on here is traveling to Arkansas and North Dakota.
For work.
Why don't you meet in the middle, buddy? You're already here, you fucking idiot. All right, so you went to work. This is when you were doing your film
stuff.
When did you first start The John Show? That was before we
started.
The
John Show
this,
I started
right?
February 25th.
Okay, so
I have it marked.
Legally allowed to do stuff.
Yeah.
So this was probably in the first week of March.
Something like that, yeah.
How was North Dakota?
Cold. It was super cold then.
Yeah, you were in March. How was Arkansas?
Weirdly warm. It was really warm. It was nice.
John does this talk like iffy weather reports. It was moderate.
Kind of semi-cloudy.
The second one is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. Asian girls eating stuff videos. Otherwise known as mukbang. If you guys don't know shit about mukbang, it's disgusting. Don't find it. Dayton, look it up right now. You probably already know what it is. Mukbang. MUKBANG. It's disgusting. It's a bunch of
it's gross.
The smallest women you can find eating the biggest amounts of food.
For me, even watching the cute black girls do it, it's still gross as fuck to me. I just don't like watching people eat stuff.
I don't mind people eating stuff, but they're shoving fucking tentacles in their mouth. Or it's taking big old bites. I think it's meant to be uncomfortable.
Is that what the reasoning behind it is?
I don't know, man.
Because it's. Do you know why, Dave?
Because it's not like an ASMR thing.
Do you know why? Do you know what we're talking about? Yeah, why? What's like the? Is there like some?
Is it because they're held at gunpoint?
That's just something some people are into.
God.
Is it sexual?
I'm pretty.
I wouldn't doubt
ASMR is
it.
not sexual, but some people think it's sexual.
Voices make it seem sexual, I think it's
For
like
ASMR?
the sucky and
The sucky. Yep.
the
You can't just
Rup.
quit saying
Rup.
the girls' names that are doing it and just tell us the reason. Fucking idiot. All right, that was bad. That was rough. Oh yeah, I'm not getting a job in radio anymore.
You're not. Why?
No, they fired almost everybody that works at that radio station. So I don't.
It was so funny as I was thinking about today at work. I was like, I wonder if how Aaron's
Yeah.
doing on that thing. And
So that happened, I think, on September 10th, and that honestly was my September 11th. Which I was also watching videos of before I got here. So these are the two things that I was watching before I was trying to kill time before I got here because I'd done all my shit that I needed to do today. So
what was that?
I made spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
The sauce is garbage.
But those
Pretty
noodles.
upset about the fucking sauce.
But those noodles are delish.
They're fine, yeah.
What do you put in your sauce? Was it just like
Well, I
some
didn't
store
make
bought?
it. Yeah, store-bought. I did find a very good sauce, and I'm a big Carrabba's.
Okay. Do you
Sponsor.
put any meat or any like?
No, I'm not eating meat right now, but I put garlic salt,
Okay,
salt and pepper,
that works.
and then I throw it in the pan again and I cook it a little bit more when I mix it all in. I don't know if it does anything. I probably don't do it that long, but it makes me feel good. And then I butter some bread and put it on the bread, and it's a spaghetti sandwich, and it's just like more carbs.
Sports.
So while I was making that, I was making rice and potatoes in my rice cooker.
Okay.
And I made
Ooh,
mashed
you put your
potatoes.
rice. You put your potatoes in your rice
I
cooker.
put them in the steamer tray. Yeah,
It's smart. Good.
great. I know what I'm doing. And then I
Do you
make
mash it up
burrito
and make
bowls.
mashed potatoes?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I make burrito bowls with the other shit.
Take a little bit of some little bit of milk, like milk, buttermilk.
I don't drink dairy.
Okay, well then
I
almond
do
milk.
have.
You can put almond milk, but
I'm
it'll
allergic
thicken
to
up a little.
almonds.
Okay, so
I
you
do
can
have pea milk though.
How can I forget pea milk? Okay, so take
That's great.
take pea milk,
It's pretty good. That's what I put in all
mix
my
it
protein.
in there,
Yeah.
and then like
You're
put.
right.
I was gonna say put butter, but you don't drink any dairy.
There is butter that is just like plant based.
Okay, well then put a little butter in
That's all
there
I
and then
did.
bit and salt and pepper.
Dude,
You'll be good.
you know what I put on mashed potatoes?
What?
Ketchup.
I do too. I don't understand why a lot of people get
Delicious.
upset by that.
It's great.
Like because it's like when you
It's a
eat
fucking French
when you eat a
French
French fry and it's smashing up in your mouth, it's
a French
exactly
fry.
what a mashed
Literally the same thing.
same thing.
Except there's no crust.
Thing.
Which might make it better, honestly. It's a mashed potato. I made it myself.
Do you like you don't like the
I
crust?
love the crust.
Okay.
But also I love mashed potatoes with ketchup on them. So it's
That's the
beholden.
same shit.
It's not beholden to the crust.
Okay.
It's the same
Good.
shit.
Good to know.
Then I cut cantaloupe up and washed my grapes, and then I got all that shit done.
Oh. Yeah, can I have another beer, Aaron?
Yeah.
Even I love how I ask. Like,
Get hit if I say no.
oh, you don't want one of these? The wheat
There's
ones?
one more. I'll take
Okay.
the last one, then you can have a Bud Light. If you
Sweet.
want. But so I was watching videos, and
Okay, yeah, you're watching videos.
the first one was a cut up video of all the news stations in New York City on the morning of September 11th.
Jesus Christ, there.
Like right after the first one hit, and then towards the end, the second one hit. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is totally the Jews," and so. But it's like
right.
fucking. It's an existential nightmare the whole time. And then after that, I watched a couple more. Like whatever. It's just kind of. There was one that had like the sound, like what the terrorists were saying
Mm-hmm.
that they had released a few years ago. And it was basically like kind of boring. It was just like, yeah, don't do anything or we'll fucking kill you. No, there's none of that.
Oh,
They know
okay.
English. They knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Very professional terrorists. They're probably some of the best terrorists of all time. Honestly, they really they pulled it off, except the one. But you remember that field
Yeah.
where the monument is now. So, and
Pentagon.
then my suggested videos was your channel,
Mm-hmm.
and your so I went into that and I watched the video you made of when we went to Omaha for the Crom Festival.
Oh, nice.
And that really brought me up.
Good. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
video. I needed that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did because after. What's so funny though? On 9/11, dude, I was finding all these memes. I found all these great horrific memes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's one of the best things. Like if you can't laugh at shit like that, then I don't understand. So then, what's your opinion on?
It's just like get all dejected, and I can't laugh at all, honestly. What?
What's your opinion on, like, since you are a comedian, with this whole people having to, like, the censoring of people right now?
Like,
which is like comedy, like
correctness?
yeah.
I think it's fine in spots. I used to have 9/11 jokes, but they weren't like, if you can. I don't know if it's so much that the jokes are offensive as that they just suck.
Oh, okay.
Most shitty, like most of offensive jokes aren't very good jokes. People are punching down. If they if they tried to write like a smart joke about stuff, there's some things you shouldn't write jokes about, like if you have to say the N-word,
right,
or that the Jews did 9/11.
So talking about jokes, Aaron,
was this a grand scheme for a setup?
Yes, it kind of was.
Okay. So
I thought we should do a segment on this podcast.
It's just you like pulling up a bunch of bad tweets from my past.
No.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's just like.
Don't worry, buddy. I already scrubbed those. I've had too many good chances.
Let me see if I can find it. No, I thought I would do. So every once in a while, I will text Aaron, and I will be like. I'll be like, hey, Aaron, this is a great joke. Here you go. And I'll just send him something random, something I wrote to him.
It's you going into your own fruit box.
And so I thought, like, I really want to help you as a comedian, because I'm one of your best friends. I want you to succeed. And I just feel like I could help you if you can use me as a ghostwriter. So I had some jokes here, and I just wanted to just throw them at you, and you can take them if you want them, or you can just not use them if you don't want them.
Great.
All right. This first story, I know your reaction is going to be, because I sent it to you and you absolutely hated it. So, our hockey players just failed figure skaters.
I wrote that joke 8 years ago.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Is that really your joke?
Something like it, yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
Because the point of that, what that joke is like a classic kind of.
I thought it was like yours was like something about swimming.
It is.
Okay.
But I rewrite and all,
right.
Whatever. They have a lot of different iterations. That joke is like at its core, like, it's a joke because it's a juxtaposition of like,
same thing.
Oh, these things are similar, but they're just different enough that it could be thought, that it's funny. Mm-hmm. The only problem is that if you actually think about it, figure skating is extremely hard.
It's like
and
really
hockey
hard.
is really easy. They draft high schoolers. You ever seen a figure skater in high school?
Yeah. Michelle Kwan.
Shut up. How many hockey players you seen in high school? Dayton was one of them. He's dumb as shit.
Sports, damn it. So my next one. My mom said I could be a pilot, but I could never get off the ground.
You texted this one to me too, and I was just like, okay. Well, I don't know what you want. I'm not gonna.
This is what I want. I'm just saying, like, hey, Aaron, like, why don't you try that on stage sometime?
I have unsuccessfully tried writing a airplane joke, and I've never written one that I liked. Pretty much, and so far, no good. John, come at me with some better trash.
Hot chocolate is just chocolate milk on steroids.
See, this is like stuff that like was on All That in 1996 or something. Like the chocolate when Kenan Thompson would do the chocolate stuff. Not like he was a chef that only made stuff out of chocolate.
He was in a tub sometimes.
I didn't say everything he does is chocolate because he's black. I said he's a chef that does food with chocolate. Yeah, these are jokes for children. These are popsicle stick jokes. So this one was the hockey one. I think that's actually a joke that's probably been on a comedy special.
So, but what I'm just saying is, like, I'm just trying to. I want to help you, and I just feel like I have a lot of
I'll
hidden
pay
talent.
you. Don't worry. Even if I don't take any of them, just make you not.
But that's it. That's all I have. I only want to do 3.
Remember when you did stand up a couple times?
I know.
What'd you think?
I mean, like, it's fun. It's like it's just like. The reason why I stopped doing it is because I felt like it was just
voice always cracked.
It was just disrespectful for the fact I wasn't able to give it, because like how you do it, you go like 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, and you do a lot, and I was only able to do it one or twice.
It's fine.
Yeah, I know, but I felt like it was rude because I hate when people do that with film. I hate that when people do that with film, and I hate when people do that with podcasts because it annoys the shit out of me. It's like, why would you invest in this when it's so?
I don't know. It's kind of like saying you don't want to go to a bar because you're not an alcoholic.
Okay, that's fair.
You just want to go have a good time.
Oh, so it could be just a thing that you do just to have a good time?
Yeah, that's what most people in Kansas City are, whether they want me to point them out or not.
Because I thought
hobbyists.
I thought it'd be like a good thing to do, especially with like if I do podcasts like that. It really helps with speaking.
It's a good way to get you, for sure, public speaking, and gets your brain working, which is important. Otherwise, you're not thinking much.
True.
Which is my thing.
How is have you been writing a lot of jokes lately?
No.
Well, that's great. Then you just have 3 new jokes right there for you.
I do.
Boom.
I did look. I was looking at some old jokes on my in my phone on the plane last night, and I think I found a couple that I thought might have legs eventually, but I don't know what they were. I can't remember. I think one was something about termites are the most flammable bug.
How'd you get that?
That's it.
That
was all.
Nice. Oh, God. Do you find your style of comedy like harder than doing like someone who does like more of like a elaborate, like not elaborate stories, but just stories?
I never did it like that, so I don't know.
So there was never a point when you were doing your stand up where you're like, I'm going to be more of like a storyteller.
No. When I first started writing jokes, they were longer, but they were terrible. I mean, so were the short ones that I wrote too.
Right.
After I decided I wanted to do that. I've done storytelling shows, but I didn't write anything out. I just told it. It's like when I tell a story on here.
Okay, you just kind of
stuttering and a bunch of wait.
Let me rewind that.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
No, that would be fun.
It's like barbershop talk or like break room shit.
Now that would be fun to be something that I would like to produce for you. It would be doing like a storytelling, like a weird event story.
Storytelling
kind of
show.
Yeah.
There was one in town before everything.
But ours could be better.
The one that is in town is pretty good.
Oh, is it good? I don't know.
I don't think anybody has a monopoly on a type of show. And
I know. I just have that competitive thing. I just feel like ours could be way better.
Of course. Well, that's what I've been trying to tell people in Kansas City for years. Is like, because people get territorial about shit like that. Like they'll get mad about, not that this person ever did that, because that would be insane. But there are insane people, and they get mad. Like if you have a show on the same night as their show, they'll get mad.
Oh, really? I don't give a fuck about that.
Unbelievably stupid.
Because whatever one's better, that's where people.
You don't own Friday. It's a day. You don't own it. You want me to do it on Sunday?
Jesus, on Sunday.
Or like there's open mic. Like my fucking people get mad when you have another open mic on the same night as their open mic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking open mic.
Right.
Who gives a shit? That's what, like, people have this like small town mentality here, which is probably why it's not a fucking big scene. Because they're just like, oh, it's mine. It's mine. It's my Tuesday. I don't want to know what you. It's so fucking stupid. I hate it. Everybody's just so fucking lame.
Right.
I can't believe I'm still here.
Because we're here for this podcast, Aaron. We've been trying to build this thing.
That's the thing, too, is like, I love being here, and also I want to help the people who are here, but then they're the same people that are like, well, fuck you. You had a show on a Friday. No one's ever done this to me specifically, but I've heard other people doing it. Nobody's gonna say anything to me.
I feel like you've established yourself too much to the point where
I'll kill them.
Yeah, like you really.
I won't kill them. I'll just never book them, and then they'll blame me for not getting booked on other shows, as if people don't follow my fucking lead, right, Dayton? Yep. Goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mental breakdown in the most positive way. I have a lot of control here. I have a lot to say.
Well, because like you've come in place like a high like
because I've done more stuff than most people,
oh.
and my shows are decent. I'm not gonna say my shows are great.
Right.
They're not. They're fun. And they don't want to be blacklisted by somebody who everybody seems to like. And if they don't like me, then they don't tell me. So what am I going to know?
Who doesn't like you? That's
some
the thing.
people.
Those people are probably not.
They don't like me because I don't book them, probably. Dayton might know more about it than me. We can talk about it on the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. And I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up as a comedian. I mean, as a producer. I can play that card.
Yeah, man, it's like there's a victim mentality here in this comedy scene. Where, everybody's overprotective of the nothing that they have.
Right.
And they don't want to try, so they take it out. They take their anger out. For them not doing well in comedy, they take that out on people who do comedy elsewhere and, try to put on stuff.
And the thing is, what you've done is, it wasn't very hard, was it? It was
No.
you just made a video, you made a tape, or you just submitted your name.
I didn't even make it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I've never made my own video. People record it at shows. Some shows record your video.
Right. Oh, okay.
The ones that are big on Comedy Juice was for a TV show in Indianapolis.
Oh.
It was never my thing.
Okay.
I had makeup on.
Oh shit.
They gave the whole shindig. It was multiple cameras, everything.
Oh, nice. Okay. But yeah, you've just done things. You just put yourself out there
Go out
to
and
do it.
Shit, and then you
just do it,
get
right?
To do shit.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I try to tell people
all
all the
I've
time.
been saying for 5
and hate yourself.
years.
And hate yourself, right?
No, sure. As long as you hate yourself upward.
Oh, right, yeah. But you still, there's a level of...
You're gonna hate yourself regardless.
Right, okay.
If you keep doing this. But yeah, just and I feel like this, my hope with this whole coronavirus thing, if anybody can get any sort of silver lining out of it, is that it'll weed out all the people who don't want to really do it. But it doesn't seem like it is doing that.
You don't think so?
No.
You think it's just making it...
Because everybody just goes back to their old habits that they were doing, and at a certain point, this doing comedy just becomes a habit instead of a fucking job.
Yeah, I just see. I don't understand doing stand up, doing filmmaking, anything like this. These are super fucking hard things to do.
Yeah,
these are hard.
Sure,
these are not. And the fact is why would you want to half-ass it? You have to dedicate it. And put your whole life.
Why would you want to blame somebody else for you not doing well?
Yeah. True.
Some people just aren't very good at comedy.
Well, and it's not that you have to be good at it. Well, yeah,
you don't have to be good.
But the thing is, you have to what you did. Your job was the reason why you had your job was because of comedy.
Sure.
The reason why I have my job is for comedy. It's just because it works. Not comedy, but it works well for filmmaking.
Yeah.
And so, you have to change everything.
I think about that a lot because the reason I've been able to do all these festivals is because I was flying.
Yeah.
And I've been able to travel and stuff is because I can fly for free. But also, I didn't put that on my bio at the festival.
No.
It's hey, by the way, I fly for free.
No.
I got accepted because they liked who I was as a comic.
Yeah.
People I imagine people get mad at me because I have done so many festivals because I can fly for free. It's because I'm funny.
Yeah. And then people want you to go to their festivals, not because...
By the way, I work for Delta.
I still remember going to your... Was it the one in Tulsa? Yeah, the one in Tulsa.
Blue Whale, yeah.
And how I got in.
I forgot you went to that.
Yeah, I went, and how I got in the back part where all the comedians were because I said I was your camera guy, and the guy was like, "Where's your camera?" I'm like, "Well, the battery died," and he still let me in. Cool. But then I remember getting into a conversation. There was when the Scar Brothers was there. Yeah. I walked because I was I was wasted.
Sure,
I was
hammered. Everybody was in the alley anyway.
Yeah,
right? It was
and
alley.
Because Tito's was sponsoring that thing, and so I was just drinking a bunch of Tito's. Yeah. And I walked up to one of the Scar Brothers, and I was like, "Hey, I'm just a huge fan." And then him, and then Kyle, another, he was there, and they started talking about management stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I should be in this moment right now. Why am I here? Because they're like, no, come over, you can stand and talk with us.
Inside baseball thing.
But I'm like,
I'm just a little filmmaker.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm really drunk right now. I'm just like, why am I still here?
That was a fun festival.
That was a great festival. We had a
Yeah.
lot of fun there. Slept on a weird little bed.
Yeah, of course.
It was such a weird. It was just a random, like apartment
An
house
Airbnb,
thing
yeah.
that we stayed in.
And then we had Patrick and Gideon. And
Yeah, the Irish
Doyle.
comedian. The Irish
No,
comedian.
that was Sean. So Sean was with us.
But he didn't stay with us, right?
Well, he didn't come with us because he was down before that festival. He had done the Weston show, and then he and I and Ryan Tricky went down and did a show in Northwest Arkansas, and then he had another show in Northwest Arkansas the next night. And then Ryan and I went home because I think we had another show the next night in Kansas City, and then you and I drove down and met him, and then I think I drove him back up. We drove him back up. It was a whole thing.
I would remember this, but I smoked so much pot so that I cannot remember.
Gideon and Patrick Hasty, Gideon Hambright, Patrick Hasty, and James Doyle were also there because they were on tour. I think that may have been why we had to come up because they did a show here.
No, yeah.
Before they went down. And then they all slept on the floor. I guess they didn't set anything up or it fell through. It all kind of works out in the end, though. I've slept
whenever
on
the
plenty
world
of floor.
Whenever the world gets back to normal, if it ever does, like
we'll go back
to
Tulsa.
Please let me. I always ask Aaron. I'm like, Aaron, like please, like think about it. Like the Airbnb will be half price. Like gas will be half price. Like I'm like, I want to go to these things. So I want to film. Like all you gotta do is just let me just jizz out on camera stuff. Just let me film everything. Like I'm just gonna be on a fly on the wall. That's all I'm gonna be. And like I'm like it's gonna be half price for you. I'm like just like like every once in a while like we'll get a go. I'll get to go to these.
Last year I only did like 3, and one of them was on a train, so you couldn't have come.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, you could have bought a train ticket, but they're probably they probably paid you to, and then leave a review of like the observation deck.
Right.
But what the fuck was the other one? Indiana. Maybe I did like 5. I don't fucking remember, man. Like it all.
Because I know
runs
we went
together.
to Omaha because that's where I met that black girl.
Went to San Francisco.
I met the white girl who I ended up then sleeping with her best friend who was this really cute black girl.
John remembers all of these things like
because they kept saying stuff about my microphone.
Yeah.
And they're making all that noise and all the comedians were making fun of them. Metaphors. And
you know, it was a euphemism, 9/11. All right, I can't keep doing this. This is the end of me. I'm done. I got another podcast to do after this.
I know.
This is great. I love this. You know what I did realize after we've been doing the 2, this is the second time we'll do 2 a night, but I love doing podcasts.
Are they
These
fun?
Are great.
Are they the best things in the world?
With my boys? Come on.
Like especially when you have like someone who can just like you don't have to worry about any of the audio stuff. You just like they were like they're like they get so excited when like people want to do this kind of thing. Like I'm like yeah. Like,
I also enjoyed that Dayton like fell in love with you.
Thank you, Dayton.
Couldn't believe it. I've never met anybody who wasn't a woman who just was so smitten with you.
Trust me, it gets worse.
Immediately, yeah. Just
I'm just a filmmaker.
Just wait till he, doesn't stop hitting you up.
Yeah.
So Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
that happened. Yep.
Remember when we tried to do like news stuff on this thing?
Yeah.
And it was fine, but also why ever?
Yeah, and I would do the little dun dun at the end of all.
That's like so. I'm not like making fun of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but that's so funny to do. I think that's the funniest thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah. R.I.P.
No wonder it's been so dark in here because this backlight hasn't been on.
Yeah, that's right. It's so dark with all these fucking alien lights staring at me.
So yeah,
fire.
I guess, but it's not too weird for you because I'm so used to it. I'm used to like having all these lights.
Too, yeah.
Now, but when you first saw this stuff,
having done over 100 of these with you.
Oh man, we're pushing more like 150
at least
now at this
half
point.
of them probably had lighting.
Remember when we used to do it? Remember when I had those old lights and how they would let off heat? We had the same amount of lights.
Yeah,
and all those lights. But remember, we get to like we could tell like okay, my ass is on my ass is wet now. So like we're about 45 minutes into this.
You could see the sweat.
We'd be sweating by the end of it.
Like materializing. Is that the thing? Yeah, materializing. Materializing, Dayton. That's the word. On my breasts.
On your breasts?
Yeah. Well, I was lactating, but also with sweat.
But it was like I'm like,
how much sweat do you think babies drink when they're lapping up mama? Huh?
I mean, like at least probably an ounce. I would say like a little
day?
small little ounce ramekin of
day?
it. I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking that could be about much.
This is an ounce.
Like
Just about
that tall, about like that round. Dang.
Yeah, that's about an ounce.
Science.
Babies be drinking that sweat.
Hey, I went to film school. We do a lot of
I
ounce
went to
stuff.
homeschool. Hey, John was born on a beach. Don't.
That's
can't
true.
be mad at him.
I was also born on a beach.
His
That is
birth
true.
certificate was put in a bottle.
It was.
Oh shit.
And then like my mom at the
dad
age of
found it in
5,
Egypt
she was
and
like,
he
I just don't want you anymore. You can just stand here at this foot of this church and
then
I'm going to walk away.
And then America was like, nah, he's one. You're like 7 feet tall. Like I had a mustache.
No, it was so crazy. Yeah, it was. I remember going and like signing up for being in elementary
Signing up
school
for adoption.
and signing up for like sporting events, and then being like, does he have a birth certificate? My mom having to explain that I'm adopted. I'm a third world child that was just left at the foot of a church, and then being like, okay, and then like showing them my like my adoption papers and my citizenship things, and be like,
If you
Here.
if your channel gets like 1,000 more views a month, NPR will be at your door talking about how much a success you've been.
I know. I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna soak that shit up too. I'm gonna
As
use
a
it.
child of the third world and of terrible Bible thumping parents who only got you for a train ticket to heaven.
Well, he got first class. For
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, they could have gone China. I bet everybody's doing that.
Everyone does China.
Half the
Instead they
people-
choose Honduras.
Most people who adopt have never even heard of Honduras,
I know. Most people I tell, like, what are you? I'm half Honduran and half Egyptian.
let alone Central America.
Where's Honduras?
We think Central America's Missouri.
Yeah. So, but it's better than like the people who are like, oh, they find out when I'm Egyptian. Remember when we were at that party and the guy was like, oh, so that means your great grandparents were
Which one?
pharaohs. Remember that the white girl who was like, hey, can I just suck your dick? She asked me if I could. Bianca's little sister was there.
Oh.
It was like a couple years ago. It was like
In
2.
Weston?
No, this was. We went to that concert, and we went to some free concert.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause they had a hotel room.
Yeah, at a hotel room. Like
What
the
the
white
fuck?
girl asked to suck my dick. She's like, "Can you fuck me?" And like, this is my birthday. Can you please fuck me? You. And then the drunk guy there was like, "So you're half Egyptian? So that means your great grandparents were like pharaohs and stuff?" And I'm like, "No, that's not how that works."
So that was you, me, and Miguel.
Yeah.
That was like 4 years
No,
ago.
yeah, it was a long time
That was
ago.
the VD party, the Aventra's VD party, Valentine's Day,
Oh,
2016.
Okay. Damn, that was a long time
I forgot
ago.
about that because we'd seen Cassie there,
Yeah.
and that was cool.
I remember I hit on the lead singer of some band, which I
Really?
didn't know she was the band. She came out and she's like, "Wow, there's a lot of people." I'm like,
Yeah.
I came here just to see you. Yeah.
This is what
Hi.
This is what Dayton is
Stoned.
about to get.
I was stoned.
I forgot we went to the hotel
Yeah.
with them
Mm-hmm.
and didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything because I was so grossed out. I'm like, Aaron, can we go?
Yeah, there's this weird like.
We smoked. No, I smoked pot in a car, but you didn't smoke
Yeah.
pot in the car.
Oh, I wasn't sober then. I was definitely drunk.
Yeah, you were drunk.
Yeah, there's this weird affinity I have for people that I went to high school with and barely knew even then.
Right.
That I want to like see, I want to like catch up.
I
Not
haven't-
even catch up, just like breathe the same air that they do.
I feel like you're really the only person I see on a consistent basis that I went to high school with.
Yeah, same here. Maybe
Good.
Kevin every now and then.
How's Matt
Tim
doing?
Sometimes.
Matt McCaffrey's a
good
good
as-
friend of ours. He
yeah.
lives in San Francisco. Does he still live in Oakland?
He lives. They moved him and Sarah, his girlfriend.
If you want to check it out, I believe it's episode 35 of my vlog. You can go check out us in San Francisco. That's our friend that we're talking about right now.
They moved. They got a place further down south the coast, I think, where it's a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm. It's a little
they
bit.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's probably like fucking $5,000 a month or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as I know, he's doing pretty well.
Good. He always watches my stories, so I know
Oh, yeah.
he's aware of what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's a huge Instagram slut.
I miss that kid. Hey, Matt, if you watch, we miss you. We need to do a podcast again. Or let us come see you. Whenever the world gets okay again.
I saw. Well, I went last time I was in California. I guess was in.
Because I'm assuming he doesn't ever come back. Because I wouldn't. Well, I did.
Well, he does something. So he was here last year when we had our reunion.
Right.
And then him and I and his girlfriend went out to a brewery on River Market, and then we went to Weston to the brewery there, and we partied at Logan and Jessica's house.
Oh, nice.
Which was pretty great.
Nice.
Yeah. And the only other person that I know lives in Kansas City is Tim Penrod, and he hit me up like in April or something. I was like, "Hey, we'll hang out when everything is kind of cleared up."
Right.
So
still engineer? Is he still engineer?
I don't fucking know. I think he's still. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't really know the job status of any of these people anymore, honestly.
Right.
I don't fucking have a job.
Yeah.
I got my severance money last week. Ha! Yes! So I'm so fucking rich.
So can you like smoke pot now if you wanted to?
Buddy, I can do anything.
Okay. Well, like,
and I am.
Buddy, like, I haven't smoked pot with you since high school. So I want to like toke
come
up
over
with
to
you.
the apartment sometime.
Yeah, I need to come over and like, yeah.
Get jacked.
What was that the tomorrow picture for the one their buddy used to work at Lego place?
Oh, Joe?
Yeah.
He's he's gonna come on probably both of these podcasts at some point.
Oh, I haven't. He was on our old our old podcast, so I haven't seen him in a long time. So I'd love to have him
come on. He's been working on a new comic book.
Okay.
And it's breakfast themed.
Oh, because I thought it was a cool picture. I was like, kind of interested in like what was going on, and I was like, because I'm always like, because like, he's
an artist
into what he does and stuff like that. So I'm always been like, I would love to collaborate with him and at least talk to him about doing something.
Come over sometime. We'll go down to the bar downstairs.
Nice.
The Mockingbird Lounge.
The Mockingbird Lounge.
The Cockingbird.
The Cockbird Lounge.
The car bar, baby. Vroom vroom. Are we done yet?
We have like 4 minutes left. Literally just straight up 4 minutes. All right. You might have to dig deep because the top ones I believe are the ones that we did from the last episode.
Ooh, okay.
Come to find out, it's like the same paper that you're
dating a girl with an 8-pound lizard. That was
an 81
pound
lizard. No, this is a true story. She had a tattoo from her top of her arm of a pirate ship, and the bottom part was an octopus going up, and they were colliding together. And then on the inside part of her forearm was a huge hanger. I literally mean from her wrist to the
hanger.
A hanger.
Yeah.
And the reason why she got it, she said it represents like all the back door abortions that happen, or the back alley abortions.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta date you.
Way to wear that cross for all those women, huh? Finding out your mother's name is Big Cat.
Oh, so my biological mother, when I finally met her for the first time, I was like so excited to meet her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my whole entire life, I always wondered like what her name was, like what she looked like and all that stuff. And I was like, my brother Carlos was like, he was like, Juanito, Big Cat, Juanito, or Wilmar, whatever you want to call him. And I'm like, Big Cat, and she's like, sí. I'm like, por qué? I'm like, why? Cat. And she's like, just leave it a Big Cat. And I'm like, no, what's your real name? She's like, Big Cat. Just so the funny thing is like, no, I do not know what my real mom's name is. She just calls me Big Cat.
Oh my god. You call her Big Cat?
No, that's what everyone calls her, and that's what she wants me to call her as.
Oh, fucking Madonna. That's weird.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her lately?
No, that's the last conversation I had with her. I'm like,
I would have stopped it too. Oh, Big Cat, you don't want to tell me your real name, huh? So we're getting pretty close. People who are in anti-gay groups are gayer than just being gay.
It's a. I got nothing for that one.
Whatever. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
Remember when I made fun of 9/11 about it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is job listings. That was John trying to figure out what kind of engineer he wants to become.
Oh, I think this was for like for my resume. I was updating my resume. Okay. That's why.
December 28th, 2019, almost John's birthday.
Yep.
I don't know what is worse, having people show me pics of their kids or listening to people argue about the order of Star Wars movies. What kind of night were you having on December 28th, 2019?
I'm assuming it's something that was annoying me.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know.
I don't like Star Wars.
I don't like Star Wars either. I don't.
No, I assume there was more on the back. There's not. Okay. Well, we've done this one before. It's just May 23rd, 2019.
Oh, Black Girls Are Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to remind you guys that even before all this stuff happened, I was still thinking
the song remains the same.
I was still thinking Black Girls Were Awesome. Like I've been preaching the same thing since birth. Black Girls Are Awesome.
So this is you thinking of your podcast subjects.
Okay.
That you wanted to do in February 25th, 2020.
Makes sense.
Tartar sauce with onion rings. That's a good that's a good thing to talk about for 20 minutes. Being foreign sucks sometimes. Elaborate.
Being foreign sucks sometimes. It's kind of the truth.
In Trump's America?
Making America great again. The whole time that
by white parents.
It was really weird because I saw someone that we went to high school with today, and their status was that we are. I took a screenshot of it.
Who is it? Will they watch this?
Probably not. But it's probably safer that I don't.
Yeah, just give it to me in Morse code.
Don't you love this? This is such a great.
Just show it to me.
I'm going to. I just have to remember. Because I remember sending it to one of my black friends. Actually, to a large group of my black friends.
Sent it to the whole NWACP.
It says, read it out loud.
Oh, gross. Jesus is my savior and Donald Trump is my president with the white fist.
And
there's nothing better than the white fist.
114 people like that. It was 113 white people and one Asian.
Yeah, well, his dad
I looked
died.
through
What
it.
do you
I
want?
scrolled it. As a brown person, don't worry. I did my job. I looked through it. I scrolled it. I took a mental picture of all the racists.
You could have just screenshot all the comments. Were there comments?
Oh, of course there was.
Hundreds.
And it was all people from our town saying like Obama.
Hell fucking yes, bro.
Was just Trump. And then there's one that had there was a train and it had MAGA on the side of it.
Oh yeah.
And it just said Trump 2020.
What a echo chamber. All right. This is your to-do list from the weekend of January, February, March, April, May, June, July 13th, 2019. Film a vlog.
Okay.
Record a podcast. Pet food for week. Get food for week.
Yeah.
Sorry. Looked like a P. Gym times 2. Clean bathroom.
Perfect.
How was it?
It was good. I did all of it.
Cool.
All
right.
Well, I think we've reached the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was a good one. I think that's good. I think it's good to leave a short review of our own podcast at the end of it. What did you think of the podcast?
I mean, there's still things that I think we should write things down before we do this.
That's why you had the notebook.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's if I got any ideas and stuff like that. Because I have to be able to have more information so you can make fun of me for it later on in other podcasts.
This is just to make fun of John Cast. After this, I'm going to make fun of him for not knowing how to get on iTunes.
Because he's been doing that all week. He's like, it was stupidly easy, John. Which is true. It probably is.
You're just
super
over
easy.
here jerking off to you writing down Black Girls Are Awesome.
Hey, you know what? Hey, since 5/23/19, I've thought Black Girls Are Awesome. So way before this, before all this bullshit has occurred. That's for the record. God damn it.
Do you have any plugs?
Go follow this, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias at John D. Klauser.
Go like his YouTube.
Go like my other things, the John Solo Show, which is if you subscribe to this channel, you automatically get it, and that comes out every Tuesday. Aaron,
is it called John Solo?
It's called the John Show, but I call it myself the John.
I think we've talked about this before.
The John Solo.
It's like Han Solo.
Do you think it's
Star
better?
Wars. Yeah, I think it is, just because I'm dumb.
Okay. John Solo.
Don't change
podcast.
it. You've already gone too far.
Or I was thinking the Juan
30
Solo.
Episodes. That's good too.
Yeah.
They're all so good.
I'm just trying to make it easy for them to type it up because everyone knows how to spell John. Well, most people.
When's this episode coming out? Tomorrow?
This one comes out. What's today? Wednesday.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, so on Saturday there is a backyard show called Cool Comedy Baby, presented by Cool Baby Comedy. If you want to go to the show, hit me up, and I will give you the address. It's in Roland Park, Kansas, not too far from here. What else? There's shows, also more shows popping around. A friend of the show, Stephen Taylor, has a show at Knuckleheads.
Okay.
I think Knuckleheads every Wednesday, I think. And there will be more shows at the Mockingbird Lounge run by me and Joe Nunnick every other Friday, give or take. So follow me on Instagram and Netflix. Follow me on Netflix at I am Aaron Naylor. My Microsoft XP login is long, so message me for that too. John?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Just like, comment, and subscribe. Just click on this. It's not hard.
One day.
It's not hard. Like,
it's not
if
hard.
you just subscribe to this, like, you get like 3 pieces of entertainment a week. It's easy stuff. Just do it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys on episode 14. This was episode 13. I don't think we ever mentioned that. So this is what it is.
13, called the
Turtleneck
episode
Boys.
13 episode. What? Termite Boys?
The Turtleneck Boys.
Turtleneck Boys. All right.
All right. Bye.